Good morning and welcome to Charles Travels, the podcast where we explore the heart of America, one story at a time. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to share with you the stories that touch our hearts and inform our minds. As we begin this new day, our thoughts are with the people of Indianapolis, who woke up to tragic news. A shooting in the early hours of Saturday morning has left 2 people dead and 7 injured. The incident occurred at the intersection of West Washington and South Meridian Streets, as well as South Illinois and West Washington Streets. The sound of shots ringing out in the night air is a stark reminder of the challenges we face in our communities. As I sit here, reflecting on this story, I'm reminded of the resilience of the American people. In the face of adversity, we come together, we support each other, and we find ways to heal. The city of Indianapolis, with its rich history and cultural heritage, is no stranger to hardship, but it's also a city that embodies the spirit of hope and determination. As we travel through the heartland of America, we often find ourselves in small towns and cities, where the rhythms of life are slower and the people are warmer. We discover hidden gems, like the local bakeries, where the smell of fresh bread wafts through the air, or the family-owned diners, where the coffee flows like a river, and the stories flow even more freely. But we also see the challenges that these communities face, the struggles of everyday life, the impact of economic change, and the fragility of human relationships. And yet, despite these challenges, we find a deep sense of community, a sense of belonging, and a sense of purpose. As we explore the story of Indianapolis, we're reminded that even in the darkest moments, there is always hope. The people of this city will come together, they will support each other, and they will rebuild. And as we travel through America, we'll find that this is a story that's repeated time and time again. So let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of everyday life, the dignity of ordinary work, and the importance of tradition. Let's celebrate the extraordinary aspects of ordinary American life, and let's find inspiration in the stories of those who are working tirelessly to make their communities better. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we continue our journey across the country, we find ourselves in the Macedon Ranges, northwest of Melbourne, where a tragic accident has shaken the small community of Belinda. A 2-vehicle collision on Belinda-Daravite Road has resulted in the loss of 3 lives, with a 4th person fighting for their life in hospital. As I reflect on this story, I'm reminded of the fragility of life and the importance of appreciating every moment we have with our loved ones. The Macedon Ranges, with its rolling hills and picturesque landscapes, is a place where people often come to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. But even in such a serene setting, tragedy can strike without warning. As we think about the families affected by this accident, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of everyday life and the importance of tradition. The small town of Belinda, with its close-knit community, is a place where people look out for one another, where neighbors become like family. It's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always hope, and that the support of those around us can make all the difference. As we explore this story further, I'm struck by the resilience of the human spirit. The people of Belinda will come together to support each other, to mourn the loss of their loved ones, and to rebuild. It's a testament to the strength of small-town America, where community is at the heart of everything. As we take a moment to reflect on this tragedy, let's also celebrate the extraordinary aspects of ordinary life in rural Australia. The Macedon Ranges are home to a thriving agricultural community, where farmers work tirelessly to bring fresh produce to our tables. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there is always beauty to be found, and that the land has a way of healing us. As we move forward, let's keep the people of Belinda in our thoughts, and let's honor their strength and resilience. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the importance of tradition, of community, and of the human spirit. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, folks. As we wrap up today's journey, I want to take a moment to reflect on the stories that have shaped our conversation so far. From the rolling hills of the countryside to the bustling streets of the city, we've explored it all. But as we close out this episode, I want to share with you a story that takes us to a different kind of landscape, one of workplace culture and the importance of creating inclusive environments. As I was reading through the news recently, I came across a report about Sydney trains, where an investigation revealed a pervasive culture of sexism and harassment within the organization. It's a sobering reminder that even in industries that are vital to our daily lives, there can be underlying issues that affect the well-being and safety of employees. The report detailed incidents of sexual assault, sexist comments, and discriminatory behavior, which were often downplayed or dismissed by management. It's heartbreaking to think that women, who make up less than a quarter of Sydney Train's workforce, have had to endure such treatment and feel undervalued in their roles. But what struck me most about this story was the way it highlighted the boys' club culture that can exist in certain workplaces. The report noted that many men in the organization didn't even recognize the sexist behavior as problematic, which suggests that it's become normalized over time. It's a powerful reminder that we all have a role to play in creating inclusive environments where everyone feels valued and respected. As I reflect on this story, I'm reminded of the importance of empathy and understanding in breaking down these kinds of barriers. By listening to the experiences of others and acknowledging the challenges they face, we can begin to build bridges of understanding and create more inclusive communities. So as we close out today's episode, I want to leave you with a challenge. Let's all strive to be allies to those who are marginalized or underrepresented in our workplaces and communities. Let's work to create environments where everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered to thrive. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on traveling.